issue of this palliative thing when the ground, when government gives subsidy palliative, when government gives so many controversies, so many issues, so many talk as a concern. So we simply could bring come the former national coordinator for National Social Investment Project, Dr. UMAR BINDIR. Oga, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Oga, we could start with make our country people understand. Palliative, the different. When COVID-19 come, we get COVID-19 palliative. Some other things don't come, we get a palliative. Now, na subsidy palliative. What is this difference between this palliative thing? What do you think, sir?
Well, you know, for any caring government will care for its people. Any shock that happens, whether a building collapse, or you will help people. Whether a flooding, you will help people. So this time around, the big deal is government don't remove fuel subsidy. On the basis this fuel subsidy, plenty people, they drink the money into their belly. It's not benefiting poor people. So government removal, and then try to strategize how do you reach these poor people to make sure that they directly benefit. But when you remove like this, that is you and I, if you go to the filling station, you see that your tank that was, let's say, 9,000 has become 20,000, 30,000 now. So you will just say, this government safe, let me just buy the fuel and go. But the problem is, say, if Keke Napep goes there with 1,000 naira fuel before, now it has become 3,000 or 5,000. The moment he gets out of the filling station, if he pick passenger, if it used to be 50 naira, it will become 150 naira. So the passenger will be poor person. He will say, why are you doing this? Say, fuel, government don't remove subsidy. So when you put all these together, people for Nyanya, people for Yola, people for Bomosho, people for mile 2 or mile 12 in Lagos, all these of a suffer head, government said, we will not just walk away like that and leave them. We must do something. So that is what this palliative for the fuel subsidy removal, to help poor people in our country to adjust to the removal of fuel subsidy before further palliative will come, so that they can be big back, to manage their lives.
Well, some states talk, say, like with the report, some states, so many countries, like the governor of Edo State, he gets recent talk when he talk as it concerns this issue of saying surprise, say, well, in the surprise, the move we government take, not the some sort of the word, not genuine. You understand, as it concerns these palliative moves. But we here say some states, now 2 billion naira, they give them as a palliative team with 5 trucks of rice for some states, and the other states. But we can't hear some talks. Some other states get 5 billion, while some get 2 billion. So, what do you think be the rationale behind some states getting than other states?
I think, first of all, the comment of Edo State Governor, I think people should manage to minimize playing politics when it comes to the life of people, and then try to do your best. States have their own strategy to cushion the effect. Local government have their own strategy. Federal government have their own strategy. So when you put the three, you find that at least if you are sincere, your people go benefit. So, but the second thing is the sharing formula. I mean, if you look at, we have 36 states and FCT. Lagos and Kano are the most populated states in Nigeria. Kano has 44 local government areas. Adamawa has 21 local government areas. Bayelsa has 6 or 8 local government areas. Abuja area has 6 area councils. So possibly, I am not sure about this, but possibly there's a rationale behind how you share the resources to ginger the palliative to happen on the basis of a number of things. But whatever you get, try as much as possible to judiciously work very hard to ensure that you now pump it back to the people. And the way to succeed, literally, is a targeting. If you sit at the state capital, you can do it easily. The roads are there, are good. You will have your lorries will reach the places and so on and so on. But inside village, where the road is very bad, rainy season now, maybe the bridge don't cut. That is where the problem is. So you have to try very hard, involve traditional leaders, involve youth leaders, involve NGOs, involve women people, to make sure that this small thing touches people at the bottom. That is the strategy for everybody. But if you complain that you didn't get 5 billion, you didn't get 2 billion, you are just bureaucratizing the whole thing. You are introducing wahala, and the people who are supposed to get it will not get it on time. So my advice literally is, anything you get for now, move it forward. And I was told government has a number of things lined up. Like now, you see money, they are giving money, say, state government, implement palliative. They have lorries for rice and beans as well. They say implement. So God knows what other things are going to follow. So use what you have very wisely, very transparently, very quickly, and ensure that you reflect the presidential directive so that people can understand that this is a caring government.
Doctor, sir, 2 billion naira as it stands, it is enough. More commodity for live 2 billion naira day enough to minimize this palliative thing as it concerns as reaching out to everybody. You think say 2 billion day enough?
Let me tell you, there is no money that you can say that is enough. I used to run this program some few years ago. I'm sure you must have heard of cash transfer.
Yes.
Cash transfer, the whole program since 2016 to 2023 is just to targeting 2 million households.
Just 2 million?
Just 2 million households, okay, not individuals.
Okay, how is it rational?
So, now, I'm sure you also heard the politics about the social register.
Yes,
the social register was something like 12 to 15 million households documented. Out of that, you carry only 2 million. These 2 million, every household will get 5,000. Now, calculate. 2 million times 5,000 every month. 1,000 is 30, million is 60, so it's already billion. 2 times 5 is 10. So it's 10 billion naira bill every month, nationwide. So people think this is easy. So when you stretch it over 2 months, right, it's 20 billion. You get what I mean? If you stretch it 3 million, 3 months, this is how it goes. And you have to get this money quickly. You have to get it to the families quickly so that they can be, it's called household upliftment program, meaning you don't get food, you can buy food now. Because you're buying food from your neighbor's shop, he too, the money touches him. Because you're buying kerosene to cook from another shop in your village. So this is how the design was made, in such a way that the money, so 2 billion when you compare it to this, it's not. However, if you're smart, and if your targeting is good, you and I were in Abuja. If they target us with that 2 billion, the money is like it's not going to go down to the people. But when they now have a technique to target the poor people right at the bottom, who every day does not light fire in their houses to cook, 2 billion will take you a long way. But certainly 2 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion is not enough.
So we want to talk now, you know, go there enough. That means with this kind palliative government bring come out now, you understand? Just as you talk now, an expert will be for the fit. You know, if the government continues like this, if they continue like this, you know, go fit. They no go fit continue. They no go fit hold up to. But rather, like the issue of this subsidy removal, when most other experts talk, if the government will try to fix refineries, so that the issue of the later on the things fit drop, come back, and of course. But what will be your take now as it concerns fixing of those refineries, as it concerns the subsidy removal, will control, will concern petrol, other products also? You understand? So with the ask now, what do you think? Say some people talk say this 2 billion now. If they supposedly they gather spent to fix refinery, it could be better off to fit, because they're not going to sustain them just based on what they talk.
I am an engineer by training, and a refinery and the refining and the whole setup is an engineering system.
Okay, you be engineer, okay?
Yes, I'm an engineer by training, full engineer. So now any social program to do with people, in my opinion, it has 3 steps or 4 steps. The first step is, if you want to solve problems, do what you can do immediately, like now. You remove subsidy today, you are giving palliative now. People are going to the market to buy rice, to buy beans. That's one. Then now, as you do this immediate, it takes you to short term. In political cycles in our country, short term is 2 years, because you are now beginning to enter into government, and before you know, you are going to start campaign again. 2 years you must be achieving, so you have to plan quickly. But what do you do in the next 2 years? That will take you to our medium term. Medium term in our political cycle is 4 years. That is the end of the administration. People have to be excited with you. People have to like you. People have to vote for you. So it is moving like this. And then long term is if you enter your second tenure, you then sustain all these institutional plans, immediate, short term, medium term, and then you just continue. So to me, I'll give you a scenario very quickly. If I carry 2,000 naira and give you, and you just go and buy yam and cook and eat, it is like watching your fuel tank going down and you are not doing anything about it. But if I give you 2,000 and your mother and my mother, these are professors of enterprises in survival. My mother knows how to fry puff-puff. She knows how to make yogurt as a Fulani woman. She knows how to fry akara. She knows how to make gari. She knows how to make everything. That 2,000, if you were to take 1,000 and buy 3 mudu of granite, extract oil, fry kuli, and then sell the oil, that 1,000 will become 2,000, will become 3,000. And that is the concept of the wise implementation of palliative. It's not you carry it, go and buy gari and shack it, and then sit down again. Nobody is going to continue giving you 2,000 to go and shack gari. But when you get 2,000, you say, because some people, part of the program is to remind you, hey, Mama, wait, don't carry this thing, go and feed your children directly. Do something that you will feed them for another week. Let them help you to do something. So this is the Nigerian entrepreneurial energy that is supposed to be unleashed using this palliative. Yes, there are lazy implementers that will just go and buy boxes of Indomie, share it out. I don't think that is sustainable.
We could look at governors' input for this thing too. What do you think say governors will fit do to help this matter? Because if you live for the state alone, of course, I'm living for the federal government alone. I don't think say it will be sustainable. I just actually talk to. But what in governors, state governors, if you do to add, of course, they get local government chairmen. Because you talk one thing earlier that those people will decide that down through the way they there. Now they need this thing pass. Even governor with this state, if you know affiliate with those local government people, if you know reach those people, but what will be your take in general?
But I was secretary to the government of a state. All right. So I saw this physically. Every single state government, each time they come to Abuja every month and get the slice of that 900 billion or whatever, and they go. They pay salary, they do capital projects, they do bits and pieces with it. There is no governor that does not have a poverty alleviation program in their state. No governor.
Wait, but that's alleviation something. You say you affect, they generalize them, it reach everybody.
That is now, you see, the scenario I'll give you is about, let's say, primary school. Primary school is the responsibility of local government. But local government it cannot do. So state government help it with the state primary education board. And then that is not enough. Federal government help them with universal basic education. So because it is on the concurrent list, federal government puts small, state government puts small, and local government implement. Because local government is at the bottom. It knows every primary school. It knows every ward. It knows everywhere where there's pressure. It knows where they are producing everything. But the challenge is that technically and managerially and organizationally, local governments are very weak.
For this country?
Everywhere in this country.
No, but if you generalize like that, you nothing talk of other place, but if you talk of the side you know about.
No. You see, look, there's no point in arguing about it. If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. So there's nothing like you have the capacity, you have the capability, you have the skill, and your system is not developed. It does not work like that. I am telling you the biggest challenge is at the local government level, there's a technical capability challenge. There's a capacity challenge to manage and explore the possibilities. They have everything, but they have nothing. So to me, I was there. It's not just Adamawa State. It is also when you go to Kogi State, it's there. You go to Ebonyi State, it's there. You go to River State, it's there. At the local government level, the capacity to penetrate and do things quickly, taking advantage of all the supplementation the federal is doing, the state is very, very weak. And that is why sometimes people feel like the governor is sitting on the local government chairman, like a brooding chicken, you know, putting pressure, and so on and so forth. It's not like that. It's something somewhere has to be corrected to ensure that our local government is very strong. It's not about money. It's not about money.
Now money now.
Yes, money.
Capital.
Money is like a fuel in the car. Okay. Without fuel, it cannot move. But you need a car first. Okay. You get what I mean? Okay. At the local government, that is where the land is. At the local government, that's where the agriculture is. At the local government, that's where the fresh water is. At the local government, that is where the people live. Everything is there. So the technique to coagulate these resources to be efficient is what money will now enhance.
Okay. But now more as it stands like this now, we know, just as you talk, most local governments know they work. Some just the ginger up, mainly the ginger up now, to even bring local government chairman to do elections. I mean, most states don't get local government. How would those states will take fair for this kind of issues now, this palliative income? Because whether we like them or not, now the downtrodden, now you need this palliative more. Everybody needs them as it stands, you understand? But those down, how you think, man, the thing will play out now? How states go to handle this kind of issue now?
To me, you see, again, I'm not just an engineer. I'm a technology penetration specialist. You know.
Okay, you get many things.
Without technology, you cannot manage this. You know. You know how the social media is running people crazy now.
Of course.
It wasn't there, and people were doing irresponsible things. And now you have to be very careful because technology came. Before, POS has not penetrated villages. People don't have banks. People are crying, we are unbanked, we don't. Now POS don't come, which is technology, is penetrating into the nooks and crannies. All women have got small accounts, 5,000, 10,000, 1,000. Technology. Before, radio signals and TV signals again, it was only in state capital. You just sit like this and watch TV. Now, technology has come. Mass technology, all these other IT technology. Now in communities, you are getting Star Times, you are getting DSTV, you are getting, you can even put viewing centers. So technology is a necessity, but technology requires capacity. And it is that technology that is going to make us look sincere. It is technology that is going to make us operate things quickly, and it is technology that is going to make us very efficient. So any governor who is wise and tries to ensure that every week he is meeting with his commissioners, every month he is meeting with all the local government chairmen, every 2 months he is even meeting with all the secretaries of local government to say, Abego, your brothers and sisters, how many primary schools do we have in your area? Is the headmaster trained? When last was the headmaster trained? Is there a primary health care in your area? When last, how many doctors do you have? How many nurses do you have? The only thing that can showcase to you is this technology. And if governors can do this, I am telling you, gradually we'll get out of this mess. And when shocks of like the fuel subsidy happens, you will see Nigerians, you will just dust their clothes like this and move on.
Doctor, thank you. I still deal with you. Now, Moko, look at the issue of the federal government don't bring out so many projects, so many investment or so many social amelioration programs. You understand? And of course, getting those programs are good. But you know, don't I talk? A tree not from make forest. One person not from your like now. You get many things from. You be engineer. You be doc. You be you get. You understand? How you think, say, man, people will handle this matter now because now people go to handle the issues. You na former national coordinator. You know you get first-hand idea of this whole issue. What would be your advice as it concerns this kind of issue now?
The social investment, if I may use the example you remember, the former President Buhari introduced in 2016.
That's immediately after income.
It has 4 arms. He is doing school feeding children in the school. It's not just feeding. It is once you put food. I mean, even in Wuse market now, if you put big pail of rice and stew and say,
they're not going anywhere.
Seafood, you will see people rush. So it is, the food is supposed to be the magnet for the children to come to school. You get what I mean? And I'm telling you, it worked to a certain extent and it is working. Then we put this cash transfer we spoke about. It helped a lot of families. Then we did Empower, if you remember. It helped a lot of young people. And then we also did JIP, which is loan, 10 market money, trader. It helped a lot of people. The issue is we must understand that when you do, you have to plan well. when you implement, you have to utilize technology, data, and train your staff constantly. You are constantly seeing figures and analysis and so on. Build up your monitor and evaluation structure. Include other people like you, media people. Go to the village. See if we're feeding school. See if we're giving loan. Your monitor and evaluation has to be crispy. And then you have to do review. Every 6 months, put all these things together and sit and say, let them point at you and say, Dr. Bindir, you are a corrupt person, you don't shop money. What have I done? We went to social school, there was no feeding. And the reason why there was no feeding, the state government was supposed to put cooks there, and they didn't put cooks. So you will know how I will give you information, you will give me information, and then you will review. So this technical process has to penetrate our government governing system. If not, we will just be like all the time. You just come, you rush, and you do something, and then when you go, someone else will come and say, you didn't do this. He will rush and do, and we'll just continue like, and we can see how our country is moving.
And about this particular one now, this subsidy palliative, how you think, say, man, they go, and of course, how you think, say, man, if for anything there when you fit, tell them, say as it's supposed to be, what do you think say supposed?
I think if I were part of this subsidy, what they have done to give the governors resources because they are there in their state is a good idea. But every governor must give the process of implementation very, very clearly. That is clear, that is transparent, that is dependable, and then they are supposed to be constantly meeting either with the president or the vice president to review what they have done and showcase the impact. Everybody wants to be be given a pat on the back. So if they come now, Nigerians are watching everybody. Wallahi, in so state, we did this, and people are very grateful. See pictures, see videos, and then everybody will appreciate the president. The president himself will appreciate, and he will give more. So it is the process of implementation has to be very clear. As I said before, you have to inject a lot of technical know-how and technology so that you can be able to showcase what you have done. You will make mistakes. You will not get 100% pass mark. You will get maybe 40, 50, 60. It's okay. You will learn, and you will gradually get better and better and better until you reach a point, possibly quickly, then our institution is very developed, and then you can move on.
With our approach as a government now, for these issues, anything arise, you will see government don't proactive to them. Just as President Buhari do during the time he appointed, and of course, that's so this government don't come now. We don't get issue of. But what do you think about our social investment programs or the whole things we do as it concerns social welfare, social? You understand? What do you think? You think say with the do optimally we get or something? What do you think?
We are doing our best, but the thing is, what needs to be done more is we need to synergize together. We have too many islands.
Okay.
You know, education is doing education, and when children cannot go to school, it's a part of poverty. Health is doing health. When primary health care is not working, poor people will suffer. Agriculture is doing agriculture. When people in the villages cannot get inputs to farm, it's a problem, and so on and so forth. So it is the synergy. Leaders must learn to work together, to compare notes, to compare data, to decide together. That synergy is what is going to help us to do most of these things and be able to help our people live better.
Okay, well, what will be your advice now for those governors as concerns this palliative? Most of them, like I said earlier, talk about they don't get enough. They get 2 billion, some states get 5 billion. You don't explain the rationale behind those ones. But what will be your general advice for governors as it concerns issue of distribution of this palliative?
My general advice is there are 2 levels of leaders that look after people territorially. Political people who are elected, they have territories. You know, a governor is the whole state. 3 senators, they are in 3 senatorial districts. Then you have members of the Federal House of Reps, they have their constituency. You have the House of Assembly, they have their constituency. Local government chairmen, they have their local government. And ward councillors, they have down to the ward. So you have leaders right to the bottom. And then you have the traditional people. The king is the king of the kingdom. He has district heads who are with districts. He has village heads who are heading the villages.
Sorry, you notice this protocol too long.
No, but it's there.
Somebody could breach arm.
No.
But why not be from one person straight to the?
You see, if you have something, use it. Don't have it and put it there and do another thing. It will catch up with you. When you overlap these people, I am telling you, if the governor blows the whistle to say that today I want to see all traditional, first-class traditional leaders in my state, wallahi, in 10 minutes they will be there. And he will just sit, okay, this thing is going to go to your area. I want it to go to the villages, and I want the report tomorrow with name of village, name of beneficiary. And then the targeting should be, target the weakest ones. Start from the weakest ones. And gradually you will build up. But if you go randomly because of speed, and you give somebody who doesn't need it, and somebody who needs it does not get, you will not succeed. If you give people only those people who are close to government because they are politically aligned to the leader, you will not succeed. You know. So technique of implementation, we have the structure and deploy it wisely but quickly, and it is possible.
Well, Doctor, make I just ask you one last thing before I go let you go. What if be your wish as a concern issue of this subsidy palliative? You get anything from mind at all? You talk because, like for me, I asked you earlier. I know how long government will sustain this, rather than for at least be a fallback to the refinery business so that the thing will end quick. But what would be your wish for things in
my wish, the biggest solution that I wish for Nigerians is that the large number of Nigerians must go entrepreneurial. We must be producing things, good things. We must be selling it to people. Once you start getting money, you are creating money because you have a job. You cannot create a job and work if you don't have skills. We have to build the skills of our people. Even if it is just frying akara, even if it is just packaging pop. You've seen how they package this puff-puff now. It's very nice, right? It would be nice that this technique of packaging goes down to the villages. The women, my mother knows how to make the best puff-puff, but her puff-puff will just sit on the tray like this. So let us build our entrepreneurial energy right to the bottom. Let people be producing sweet corn, cucumbers, chilies, garden egg, and then the fried groundnuts, smoked snail, the maggots that I see on the road when I travel to the south, the big ones. And so let us be entrepreneurial and respect our traditions of production. Make sure that these productions are good, quality, is creating wealth, it will create job, and any shock that comes, once we are being productive, we will absorb it very, very quickly.
Doctor, I appreciate your explanation so much.
Thank you.
Well, my country people, of course, I told us we will bring a big whip, and of course, as concerns the issue of palliative and social welfare government they give. And of course, I deal with a former national coordinator for National Social Investment Project, Dr. UMAR, BINDIR for the House since, and of course, I hope say, man, explain to us, and of course, how it's supposed to go, and of course, government people, the way they hear, don't hear. Many things I advise, we don't advise them. Doctor, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.